What is going on, guys? It's Jake, and today I'm going to talk about something that's very near and dear to me, and that is my childhood. Not every part of my childhood, more like the part of my childhood right before Beyblade came around. You see, I was never really a kid that played with G.I. Joes or played with, action figures. I had them, but I don't remember ever really caring for them too much. I always liked games that had some sort of strategy. Toys had some sort of strategy. So I kind of like Beyblade. It has some sort of strategy, even if it has a lot of randomness to it. It has some sort of strategy with how you launch and what parts you choose, etc. Now, what is, or was at some point, completely based on skill, is a series that I really hope comes back, and that is Bakugan. Bakugan, wow. Bakugan was my shiz, guys. One second. Bakugan came out in like 2008, 2009, and I got into it around 2009, and I was really serious about it. Like, most of my Bakugan are in storage, like 95% of them, and here is this little carrying case that I actually found in my old house. And look, you can spin out, you can actually take one of these off and you can hook it to your belt. And I'll show you some of the Bakugan a little bit later. I just gotta pop this back in. But I had a ton of these. And what was huge about them was that when it first came out, there was these little balls, right? And they had power levels on them. And if you combined it with, the metal cards, which, what you're supposed to get the Bakugan onto in order for them to pop out in battle, and you use your ability cards right, it had this trading card aspect to it along with the actual toys. And honestly, for the first year or two when it was out, it was honestly probably the perfect game, in my opinion. Say what you will about, the Pokemon card game, whatever. But in my opinion, Bakugan was much, much more fun to play. Like, when it first came out, the balls were actually really, really small. They were honestly really close to being the size of marbles. Like, they were tiny. They were really small for some reason. But then, when, Bakugan started getting more traction, people started buying more of them, they wanted to do more complex designs, they got bigger. Probably so they can fit more stuff onto it because they had to do more extreme designs, but they got bigger, which made the game a lot easier to play as well. So the first two seasons, Bakugan Battle Brawlers and Bakugan Battle Brawlers New Vestroia, were amazing. The show was actually really, really good. There was a lot of darkness to it, surprisingly, but it was actually a really, really good show. It marketed the toys really, really well. All the cards were good. The toys were good. But then they had to innovate. And they did it the only way that you could really see it possible, but it also really messed up the game. They started adding additives. Kind of like what Beyblade did, but not quite. You see, what Beyblade did was they did a bunch of different side series, which spread them across shelves, but spread out interest too much, which kind of killed it. So, Beyblade, you had Bey Wheels, Bey Warriors, Beyblade Metal Fury, along with Hyper Blades being there. There was just too many things going on at once. With Bakugan, they overdid themselves with additives to help you win. Like, some of these were little jetpacks or something that you could add onto your Bakugan to give you extra power, and then it got really, really bad from there. So, Season 3 of Bakugan, which is called Gundalian Invaders, introduced, I believe, Mectagons, which is it was really expensive, and this really, really powerful, like, suit or something like that you could put your Bakugan onto, and you can actually use these. These weren't just for fun. Like, you could actually use these in battle. And they also added, like, Baku Nanos, I think. That was in Mectanium Surge, which was the fourth and final season. Which, overall, all of these just added to it. And it gave the player who had them an unfair advantage. And the game went from being strategy Like, you didn't have to have the best Bakugan. You just had to have a Bakugan that kind of fit your playing style. So you could buy a set of 3 Bakugan and play with them just fine in Season 1 and Season 2. But then when they started adding these, additives, in order to stay really, really competitive and have a really good chance, you had to pay money. You had to pay them more money to get more power. And that ruined the game. That definitely ruined the game for me, because I just wanted to roll the little balls onto the metal card, be like, boom, you suck, boom, you suck, boom, you suck with my ability cards, and win like a boss. I'm not overselling this, guys. Like, I went to tournaments. I went to, championships, almost. You see, I went to a tournament. It was called Bakugan. There was like this whole United States wide just qualifier for like championships that you would go to in like Los Angeles or something. And I lost out on going to these championships because of someone that cheated. And he legit, because what you could do is that the G's were only printed. They weren't like, the G's are power levels, by the way. It would say it on the Bakugan. But this has been a lot of talking. So I'm going to do a little bit of an unboxing for you. You see, this was Bakugan's fate, and if you can see right there, that is a clearance sticker, and this is from Walmart. In fact, there's actually 2 clearance stickers. There's one that drops the price down to $17 from $25, and then the final one was dropped it to $10 because people just were not buying these anymore because, interest was fading. They'd already been around for like 3 or 4 years. And it was just getting expensive. It's like $25 for this 10. This is back then too. This was like 4 or 5 years ago. So $25 then is definitely more than $25 now. Now you're probably wondering, like, Jake, you make Beyblade videos and sometimes Power Rippers videos. Why are you making a video on Bakugan all of a sudden? That is because I looked up Spin Masters, which is the company that makes these things, and they did a financial report or like earnings report in 2014 and in 2015, maybe 2016. I can't remember. But what they said is, they list out all their plans for their next series and stuff they're releasing over the next couple of years. But they also said that they want to bring back Bakugan, because they made a ton of money. I think they made easily over $1 billion with just these. And I want to show Spin Master that people are interested and people want Bakugan to come back, even if you don't really know what it is. Now, what is the best way to do that? To make videos about it. And not only I make videos about it, have other people make videos about it. Like, Super Beyblade Family has already done a few videos on him playing Bakugan. And I hope that more people, kind of follow that. And I just want Bakugan to come back really badly, because that was a major part of my childhood. And it is absolutely fantastic. I think it was amazing. All I care about is that Bakugan comes back. And it comes back how it was in Season 1 and Season 2. Just being pure strategy and cool little designs and having a good TV show, versus having, just a crap ton of accessories that you have to buy in order to stay competitive and still have fun in the game. Here's one of the many forms of Dragonoid, which was basically the main character's Bakugan throughout the entire series. I can't remember which one this was, but I know it's probably one of its final evolutions. And it's a cool little ball. Except when they kind of added the little ports where you can plug the Baku Nanos, they made it not fully round, which I kind of messed up the rolling aspect a lot. But the design is still really cool. When you put it on a metal card, it would pop open, and then like this, and then you can leave it like that, or you can pop out the feet, you can pop out the horns if you want to. It really doesn't matter. Here are the cards that you would have in your hand, and these were your ability cards. And this is where the trading card aspect comes in, because each ability card has a different, effect. And some of them, so like this one has an effect, but that's really it. But this one actually gives additional power to a certain type of Bakugan. You see, like right there, it says 250. that means it would give 250 extra Gs to whichever Pokemon, oh my gosh, whatever Bakugan is currently playing right now. It would give a certain amount of Gs depending on what is right here. And then here are the metal cards. These were a little bit more important to, how your Bakugan won in the battle. So you had to use a little bit of strategy to kind of like maneuver your Bakugan in order to land on a specific card. Because these give more power to certain Bakugan and also has its own little like information on its own. Like this one says, if a Baku Tactics has the lowest printed G power, the Bakugan gets its gate attributes 1 extra time. So if your little extra isn't as good as their little extra, then whatever type you get, it applies to you twice. So really, I hope by making this video and talking to you guys about Bakugan and showing you an unboxing and kind of showing you how to play in some way, it's going to get you guys interested. And if you have any Bakugan from when you were a kid or from when you were younger, make videos about them. Go ahead and you may not get a ton of views, but it's all to kind of start a movement to show that we want Bakugan back. And if you don't want Bakugan back, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. But if you do, like me, make videos about it. Maybe ask for some Bakugan on eBay for Christmas or something and make a video about it. And play with your friends. Play with your little brothers, little sisters, older brothers, older sisters if they want to play. Do whatever you can with me to try to gain interest back in it so that Spin Master makes them again. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching this video, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Have fun. And wait, what's a good slogan for Bakugan? Oh, have fun and brawl away.